God, I love the front record button of the Lumix S1H. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now 3 years and 3 days a full-time freelancer. I'm with Paul, I'm a videographer, video producer. I'm a video production company in Berlin, Germany. And I am since June 2022 without a job, without a boss. Nobody pays my bills. I do this solely with my Lumix S1H, with my old OG Lumix S5 and with my skills. And what I learned in 3 years is that basically raise your prices, don't work for free, and have fun. Let's be serious, the videography industry is currently a little bit hard, as I mentioned in my last 2 videos. It is still a very cool job. I like this job to this day. I have so many cool clients, but it is hard right now. Why is it hard? Because it's like the entry barrier in this field is becoming lower and lower. Everybody can buy some decent 4K camera with like 10-bit and call themselves a videographer. But skill, knowledge, and the knowledge how to produce something is actually key now in this day and age. People don't pay me because I have the latest and greatest camera. Most of my biggest clients don't even ask me, what kind of camera do you have? Does it shoot 4K or 6K, whatever? The cheapest clients in my career only asked me if I have like a 4K 100 FPS or 6K camera. Yeah, one down part of this videography life is when you are sick, you still have to work sometimes. If one day I had a really bad flu, I had to give this videography job to another cameraman, lost 700 euro from this gig, and yeah, that was it. It has its downsides, but it has also its bright days. It is very cool that I can afford to be like on a random Tuesday morning, 10 AM with my daughter and my dad in a zoo and walk around and have like a free day off whenever I want. But every day I don't work, I have basically no money. What I learned is a little bit really true. Don't work for free. But it comes with a catch. Don't work for free when someone asks you to work for free. I made maybe 2 separate videos about this topic. If you have a passion project with a company that you really, really like and you want to have this company really, really in your portfolio and you cannot do it by yourself, then work there for free. For instance, if there is a big company that has like a service or whatever, you can only film this there, then make a video for this company. But product videos and photo shootings, you can fake product shots and you can make your own spec commercial. You can make a commercial about, I don't know, about your new shoes or about your whatever clothing style, and you can recreate almost any kind of photo shooting with yourself. That's also the downside. Was this a client? No, that was not a client. That was my Google Ads meeting that I have tomorrow. I can tell you, the videography world is basically pretty cool. You have to be prepared to film all kinds of different things. And how did my gear evolve? Basically, for making nice videos, for having a good art style of videos in 4K, you only need the camera and the lens, maybe an ND filter, that's it. For high quality coverage of event videos and interviews, you need a big rig with an external monitor, V-mount system, a second camera with also a cage, V-mount system, a monitor and everything. You don't need actually only 2 cameras, you need also a B camera with monitor and everything. Because you want to be able to record multiple hours, storage time, etc. That's all these technical aspects that doesn't make your videos more beautiful or make them look better in particular, but they provide you with the ability to film all the time without changing the battery, without changing the SD card and so on. That's one important aspect of gear. And to produce like nice looking videos with light equipment, that's also very important. I learned that all the clients that offer you like, make us now a discount because we want to book you in the future like 10 times, that's 100% bullshit to this day. Nobody gonna accept you now for like, nobody says to you, well, that's all the time bullshit. When when clients really want to work with you and they value your work, they pay just your prices. And that's usually the high-paying clients that pay me 5, 6, 7, 10,000 euro for a video project. Cheap clients, 1,000 euro or under, or a little bit over that, are usually a little bit picky, and they demand a lot of stuff from you. And not everyone, but most of the time are these clients that want to negotiate a discount with you, very hard to work with. They are not worth the effort and the time, in my opinion. And if you can afford to have like a 9-to-5 job and make your videography life on a part-time, then decline these low-paying clients, work on your portfolio by yourself, and only choose the clients that feel very, very good for you. Don't take a client of the sake of getting every client. And what I learned was, I recently had a client which booked me 2 years ago again, and I used the same camera, Lumix S1H, but now this videos looks very, very good. It looks way better than 2 years ago. What was the difference? I had the same lens, the same camera and everything. Well, I used way better light equipment and my knowledge was way better. Back then I shot everything in Vlog and everything, but Vlog doesn't make everything look good only because it's Vlog. Good light equipment and good knowledge about how to use light equipment is way more important as your camera. My videos, as I understood light and everything, my videos look infinitely better. And you can have the best and nicest camera in the world. If you don't know how to use it, that's like no worth in a camera if you don't know how to use it. The knowledge I have, how to market the company, how to produce a video and what kind of video and why this video, why this shot. My videos are no longer random cuts of B-roll for this client that only looks nice and has nice shallow depth of field. It is basically why this shot at this time and why an image video, why a commercial video, why this type of video is often way more important as only producing a nice looking video. To separate yourself from the ordinary videographer to this knowledgeable guy that has like a real value to a company is your brain, nothing more. You have already this best equipment you need in your head. It is your brain. Your knowledge is key. It will develop over time, trust me, but it takes time. You cannot wake up now and see some tutorials and have like this knowledge. I don't want to sound like I'm now Albert Einstein of the video, but it is true, knowledge is key. When I look at my old videos from several years ago, which I made with the S5, which is an ultra capable camera, they look shit in my opinion. They really don't look good. And now my videos are, I think, more professional, more beautiful. But the thing is, the more professional clients I had, the more boring looked my videos, because most of the clients that have like a big company and $1 million companies, like really big company that's booked me sometimes, they want a corporate style video that are mostly not ultra artistic. They have no interest in choosing the Helios 44 M4 lens I have here or some other vintage glass. In some situations, yes, but most of the time they prefer a clean image, a very clean lens, and a very good looking and consistent image over the whole video. That's like more important than have like 3 different lenses and from different companies. I was smart enough to invest in the beginning in only the Lumix S Pro lenses, because I knew I want to have a consistent look, because I change lenses during the shoot, and a consistent look is way more pleasing for the eye of a customer. The eye of the customer is very, very different from you. You see in the beginning of your videos things that are like, oh well, I have like used 10,000 ISO, it is a little bit grainy, then you need to have the 180-degree shutter rule. It is not always true to use the 180-degree shutter rule, and then you're afraid of shooting only 1080p because your camera can shoot 4K. Your client doesn't see a damn shit. Trust me. The main rule is, if a client has, like, I said this advice to a friend of mine yesterday, the main rule is, if you have a client that has like no experience in video whatsoever, in the first couple of seconds, build in a shot that has like nice shallow depth of field, film like something very close in front of the lens, to have like a nice depth of shallow depth of field in the first couple of seconds, and the rest of the video will look amazing for this client. The clients that have more experience with videography, they tend to see a little bit more stuff, and especially when you get booked by people that are editing this stuff by themselves, when you get booked by an agency and you only then a cameraman, they tend to be the most picky about the footage and they expect the most quality. Editing is a huge part of my work that is more and more streamlined. I am very fast and very productive in my editing workflow, and that's because also of experience and knowledge. I don't try to come up with anything new for any random client. Most of my clients are like then the middle ground clients, but if I have a client that has like good intentions, I like the client and he pays me well, he doesn't negotiate, I make something special for him. And that's the thing. You want to build good relationships with your clients. A lot of your clients, not everyone, but clients that value your work, they want to have like a fast responding partner. You don't have to be the best and latest great tech videographer with the best 8K camera. I asked recently a lot of my clients, why did you book me? Why did you book Paul Jonak from Berlin, this little videography guy? And they told me because I was fast responding. I was nice at the telephone. I asked questions. I was not like, well, I'm a big production company and you cannot afford me guy. I was like not hesitant to ask a lot of questions about what's the scale of the project, what do you want to say with the video. I asked a lot of questions and I built a little bit of a relationship with some clients, and we still have WhatsApp connection and everything. Not that you want to be friends with your client, not like ultra friends. You have to separate the, hey, I'm the cool videographer guy, I'm a friend, and I'm like the ultra harsh business guy here. There's like a nice middle ground, a nice area how to work with each other. Especially in Berlin, Germany here, is it when you are too polite and too nice, people think you are a little bit wrong and a little bit shady. Not when you work with American people, they are like super nice and polite, that it is a little bit embarrassing for me, but it's like their kind of working style. And in Germany here, you want to have like a nice middle ground, and to work with a client is actually on a friendly basis, but not in terms of money and write everything down. Money and written down things are a huge part. Don't make the mistake to make some random video for like one agreed amount of money and then that's it. Write everything down. Make a little quote or a contract at least with every client. And if it's small, doesn't matter, make a little agreement. And what do I mean by that? When the client books you, like I said, for make me a little video, come to me, shoot 2 hours and then make a video which is 60-second reel for Instagram. Okay, 350 euro, write that down, at least at WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever you use, because most of the cheap clients want to scam you then in that you provide them also with the raw footage, with the pictures. Oh, I thought I receive also the raw footage and everything. No, that was not part of the deal, Chantal, or whatever. And these clients then tend to scam you. If you have a gut feeling that this client is maybe a little bit shady, write everything down. And if the client is like this cool dude that is like your friend, and we don't need to write everything down, Paul, trust me, we make this, you're a cool guy, I really like your videos, be very careful. That's a huge major red flag. Another major red flag is when the client comes to you and says, Paul, I really like your videos. Your videos look amazing. You're an artist. That's ultra amazing. But I cannot afford you and I pay you 200 euro or whatever. That's like bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. People that value my work, they never told me that my videos look ultra nice or that I'm the best videographer or whatever. People that tell you this, be careful. These people want something from you. They throw you some nice bones with some meat on it that you can chew on with nice compliments about your videos. Yeah. And that's like it. The videography world is like when you're in this muddy swamp area of beginner stage videographers, you are not more than some dude for them most of the time, because be aware of restaurants and gastronomy people and nail salons and these or hairdressers. These types of business, especially in a big city, receive like every week a mail: can I work for you for free for my portfolio? Every restaurant has like the 18-year-old guy with some 4K camera approaching them: can I make you a nice restaurant video? I want one pizza for free and have it in my portfolio. These guys pay never good money for high quality videos. Never, 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 never in my career have I seen someone make a good living with food restaurant videos. Never. And that's also most of the time the same with hotels. I don't see anyone making real good money with hotels. The most money I made an extra video about it, are like ultra boring, not ultra boring, but boring videos with like corporate gigs, event videos, and like interviews. That's like the thing. Good audio, good light, and 2 camera systems that can run up hours is with a V-mount and monitor, like I said. It's far more worse than like more valuable for the client than this guy that produces nice food videos. And what else have I learned? I have a gimbal. I barely use it. Sometimes I use it. Every 3rd gig maybe. I have a drone. I use it maybe every 5th video. I use maybe my drone. Invest in very good tripod, the Sachtler Flowtech tripod. Invest really good money in the tripod. What else kind of tips? That's a one take here. I don't make a second take on this video. If I press the record button again, this video is over. What else? Good audio equipment is nice. I have the Rode Pro wireless system. What else can I say? Connections are good. If you have a city around you and a little network of other videographers, they are not like your enemy. You want to have a nice connection with other videographers. I constantly on a phone with other videographers. We have little meetups, we say hi to each other, we even share gigs together and everything. We book each other and everything. That's like the key to have a good, valuable network. Recently, I took Clip Video Berlin, Dennis, greetings to you, on a job with me. He helped me for free. I will help him on the next job for free, because when you are 2 persons, you can be much more valuable to your client, because a lot of times high quality interview setup and rearranging equipment and everything takes a lot of time, especially when you have a ton of equipment. And being 2 person on the set is amazing. If you have an assistant with you, I often took my uncle with me, because he had a little condition in his throat and he couldn't work in his regular job. That's why I took him often. Also, he had a car. We made a lot of gigs together that were like the best memories I have in my videography memory, because these jobs together are amazing. You can talk with someone, you can like work together, and that's amazing. I really like this, to have jobs with other persons. Other than that, is it like an 80% office job? It's like a very lonely job in front of the editing machine you sit. A lot of clients call you. My clients call me 10 times more as my friends. My friends call me for like a meetup for like once every 3 to 4 months, maybe. I have a meeting with a friend. My clients or other people call me almost every day, but friends call me very in homeopathic dosages, let's say. And that's like one downside. It's cool to have a lot of free time, but then you don't have free time because you are bound to the deadline of your client, and yeah, you will not become ultra rich with this job. If you make like 100K a year before tax, that's good. If you make even more, that's better, but most of the time, at least for me, was the way under 6 figures, because I'm not yet a really big video production company. It also depends on your marketing. Videography is one thing. How to sell, how to market yourself, how to talk with clients is the whole other thing you have to learn. Videography, you learn this fast, how to film something, how to set up a camera and lights. You can learn these things, but how to talk with the client, how to negotiate, how to present yourself, how to market yourself is a whole other thing. And this is way more complicated than producing a nice video. Producing a nice video is like maybe 30% of the job. The rest is business, tax stuff, how to write emails, quotes, bills, whatever. That's like 70% of it. And that's it. That's still a very cool job. I love my job. I can be at home very often, spend time with my family, and even when I don't make in some months not so much money, I enjoy the free time that I can spend with my daughter, with my girlfriend, with my dad, my mother, everything, with my family basically, because you don't get this when you're in a 9-to-5 job. When you are your own boss, you have a lot of freedom. A lot of freedom comes often with a price. If you have a lot of freedom, you most of the time don't have so much money. If you have a lot of money, your freedom lacks because then you don't have freedom anymore. So, thank you for this video. If you have any questions about becoming or being a videographer, my How to Become a Videographer course starts tomorrow. Want to make 10K per month? I show you how. My best month was actually 16K, but anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Paul. Subscribe if you want to have some more real world knowledge from this German video production guy.